I'm seeing more and more people seeming to refer to The Sims 4 now as a mobile game, or saying that it's turning into The Sims Mobile or turning into The Sims Free Play. Interestingly, on January the 29th, EA announced that The Sims Mobile would no longer be receiving any future content updates. So this is a reasonable assumption, considering there's a chance that many people on the Sims Mobile team may have moved on to The Sims 4. We don't know. But I want to talk about the recent news, which is this Happy at Home login event. Log in daily to receive your in-game rewards. What does that sound like to you? A mobile game. It's not just that, but of course The Sims 4 recently changed to be a free-to-play game. I say recently, I think it was about a year or two ago now, but still, that's another thing. Of course, we also have the microtransactions. In other words, the kits. Did you know that the biggest gaming platform is not computers, it's not Macs, it's not Xboxes or PlayStations, it's in fact mobiles. Smartphones are the biggest gaming console, you might say, in the entire world. Mobile games actually typically earn a lot more money than PC games and console games. The market for mobile games is absolutely huge, and in the past EA have expressed that they like mobile games and they're really interested in making mobile experiences. And that's probably why we're seeing Project Renee also have a mobile app version of the game whenever it comes out. So it definitely seems to be that they're mobile focused, although in The Sims 4's case, I wouldn't say it's turning into a mobile game, which is what a lot of people are saying, but more so a live service game, which I think makes a lot more sense. A live service game is essentially a game that's designed to be ongoing, a never-ending story, regular content drops, new gameplay experiences constantly. They're typically almost always online and multiplayer. These kinds of games are typically categorized by having monthly battle passes or login rewards like you'd see in mobile games. Although I've made jokes about The Sims having a battle pass, technically this is login rewards and not a battle pass here, so we're not that far done yet, but it seems we're moving that way. And I'm talking about the throbbing shopping cart here, the one that's trying to get you to buy in-game packs. Obviously The Sims 4 can't really go fully live service because it's not a multiplayer game, it's not really an online game. I wouldn't say sharing creations on the gallery counts, but I definitely think they are using The Sims 4 as testing grounds for Project Renee, from making the base game free to now introducing these login rewards. It seems like everything they do seems to come with some kind of caveat, like they can't just give us, you know, free content updates anymore. They have to come in the form of login rewards, and I'm so sure at some point we will get a Sims 4 battle pass. I'm so sure. EA are very shameless, as we know, and I don't think they'd be too scared to do that. Although it's still not quite live service. It's like dipping its toes in, but not too much. Although we can't deny, it seems very strongly that whatever Project Renee will be is going to be a live service game. Although we call it The Sims 5, I really don't think it's officially going to be titled The Sims 5. I do think it's going to be some kind of spin-off that's cross-pack compatible with PC and mobile. I think there's going to be daily login rewards. I think there's going to be a battle pass system, and obviously they've already mentioned it's going to contain multiplayer, and they've said it's going to be free to download. So these are all basically the elements to a live service game. So The Sims as we know it is definitely making a huge change, a controversial change of that matter, because live service games typically tend to be the lowest rated games. Live service games, even though they have very long lifespans, very big player bases, and they make a lot of money, they get very negative reviews. But because of the way that they're built up and they're basically free, a lot of people play them. The live service model is making video games more profitable than they've ever been before. So even though they tend to get very negative reviews, big companies of course are still making them, because where there's money to be made, why worry about making a great game for your consumers when you could just make money instead? Another thing that we need to talk about is EA Play. As well as this whole live service model, a very big thing that a lot of video game publishers are pushing right now is subscriptions. You know, like how Netflix used to have the monopoly over TV streaming and every single show was available on Netflix, and then all of these other ones started popping in, and now it seems you need to get several different streaming services, each which costs a lot of money, just so you have access to all of the TV shows and movies that you want. Basically the same same thing is happening with the video gaming industry. As we know, EA have EA Play, where you can access discounts on some titles and other titles are completely free as long as you pay the monthly subscription. And then we have Xbox Game Pass, which actually I think is really good. Ubisoft Plus is a very controversial one. In The Sims 4's case, you can actually get some packs on the EA Play subscription, but you can't get all of them. But my theory is for Project Renee, it will be turning into a full live service game where all packs will be available on the EA Play subscription. This is my personal theory, and it is extremely profitable for video game developers to have people get subscriptions instead of packs. In fact, I want to take a look at the upcoming Assassin's Creed game that's coming out. You can see on the price list for the game, they have 4 different editions: the standard edition, the gold edition, the ultimate edition, each which come with cash grabby season passes and whatever. But I want to take a look about the one which has the big blue border around it, the one that they want you to click on, which is Ubisoft Plus, which is like their version of EA Play. Even for the cheapest standard edition, £60, that's still a lot more money than simply paying £15 a month for Ubisoft Plus. I mean, if you complete the game in 3 or less months, it's basically cheaper than getting the standard edition. So a lot of people feel enticed to purchase these kind of gaming subscriptions, although obviously a lot of people just kind of forget that they've got it and they allow the money to just continue coming out and out, even though they're not really using it. And it makes the video game publishers a lot of money. What I'm getting at is video game publishers in general now, they don't really want you to buy their games anymore. They want you to loan their games, whether that be through a subscription model or a free-to-play model with a premium battle pass and season passes and whatever fuck knows ever passes they come up with in the future. So I think it sets a really interesting tone in terms of The Sims and The Sims 4. You guys tell me, would you rather buy every single Sims 4 pack outright or have every single Sims 4 pack available on the EA Play subscription? For me personally, I tend to avoid subscriptions unless I really have to, and even then I always cancel it after the first month. So is The Sims 4 turning into a mobile game, as I'm seeing people say no? But I do think they're testing live service game elements in The Sims 4 so that they can implement them properly in Project Renee. This is my personal theory, and seeing that it's going to be cross-compatible with mobile, I expect there are going to be some freemium mobile experiences trickled in there as well. Am I excited for that? Absolutely not. In general, I just miss the days where video games were on a CD and once you bought it, it's yours and you don't need the internet to install it. I really miss those days. I personally am all for a big video game crash. I would love for all of the video game publishers to crash and burn. I want their shareholders to be mad. I want their customers to be mad. Yes, I do. You guys know I'm like the Karen of the Sims community. I want all of the video game publishers to crash and burn. I want them to learn their lesson and I want to go back to basics. We saw this happen with books. Loads of people got excited about the whole ebook Kindle thing, and then people started getting pissed off with it after Amazon started putting ads in their fucking Kindles. So now everybody's moving back to real books again. I'd like to see the same thing happen with video games. I'd like to move back to the old CD-ROM system. That probably won't happen, but in my ideal world. As I said before, I'm genuinely curious. Would you prefer to see a free-to-play Sims 5/Project Renee experience where the whole game is free, but you could get a subscription model for it, or there's a paid battle pass every season? Or would you rather just pay for the game and pay for the packs outright, assuming that they're good quality? Which would you rather? I personally would rather do it the old-fashioned way, but you guys let me know honestly your opinions. Thank you very much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one.